Hey, if you want to maximize your testosterone with working out, but you're limited with the equipment because you're at home, then stay tuned, because today what I'm going to talk about are the exercises that you can do that will increase your testosterone even though you don't have all the equipment that you normally have. And hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 20 years I've been a sexual performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And as a coach, obviously, I've got to talk about exercising and the type of exercises that you can do that at home that will increase your testosterone levels. Specifically, I'm talking about, well, we're normally using heavy weights, but what can you do if you don't have those heavy weights? And also using high intensity interval training and how to use high intensity interval training so that you can get the most out of your workouts and get that testosterone pump going. And as a bonus coaching tip, I'm going to tell you that one key that's so vitally important to making sure you actually get the results that you want. And as always, if you like what you hear, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and what I'm going to do is break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, so when it comes to, making all these different changes, one thing I want to let you guys know is I'm doing it along with you too. And it's worked for me. I'm actually at the lowest weight I've been in about 8 years. And it's, oddly enough, this COVID lockdown sort of helped out because, I have less stress, less duties to do outside of the home. And so now I can focus in on my sleeping and my working out and things like that. And it has worked out for me so far, and it can work out for you. So take advantage of it. And when it comes to doing these workouts, like I always say, you need to stack it. You need to get your sleep in. You need to get the right foods in so that you're getting the most out of these workouts, because you're going to get more energy, more strength, and better results faster doing it all together. Now, a couple of cues for working out at home. First, if you have a concrete floor, you should not be jumping up and down on it. Go ahead and get some carpet, get some padding, get something. Or, if you're stuck in a situation where that's all you have, be careful with your jumping because you don't want to injure your legs or get shin splints. And also something that a lot of people are picking up on now is using Zoom to do your workout. So if you had a workout buddy, a couple of people that you want to work out with, pick your time, hop on Zoom. You can see each other, getting your workouts in. It has that level of accountability and you're connecting with other people, all which are great for continuing your workouts. All right, so let's talk about testosterone workouts and some things that you need to know. The first just being which body parts you use really determine the amount of testosterone that comes out. So the larger the body parts, the better it is for you. So typically we're talking about your legs, your back, your chest, and your shoulders. These are the workouts that provide that level of testosterone pump that we're looking for. And also remember, when you're working multiple body parts, in terms of if you're doing squats and then you switch to doing overhead presses, you're moving the blood from the bottom of your body back up to the top of your body. That helps your heart in terms of developing heart muscles. So you're actually moving blood back and forth. It's helping out your overall conditioning. In terms of what time to work out, there's two ways to look at this. So if you're working out first thing in the morning where your testosterone levels are at its highest, you're actually burning more metabolism. You're working out for better metabolism. If you want to work out for more testosterone so you can have those erections and everything like that, you need to work out in the afternoon. So that's just a little distinction based on the latest studies. Of course, it's all up to you, so pick whichever workout time works best. All right, when it comes to lifting heavy, a lot of you guys may know because I've said it several times before, but research has shown that lifting heavy does increase your testosterone levels. And of course, as muscle mass increases, your testosterone levels increase. Now, the great thing about lifting heavy weight is that it takes mass to move mass. It takes mass to create mass. So if you're moving around with heavy weights, that's the reason why you see guys who are jacked, who get really big, they have to lift bigger weights. Now, if you don't have the bigger weights, just say you have just a dumbbell set, you can actually use that. You just need to lift more often. You need to do more reps in order to get that intensity, to get some build. Now, mind you, Without the heavy weights, you're not going to get as big as you possibly could, but you still need to get that exercise in so you can keep your testosterone levels up. And of course, don't ignore the small body parts. We're talking about the arms, the biceps, the calves, and the shoulders. Now, strengthening your entire body is, of course, going to help you with your overall metabolism and just strength altogether. So those exercises that really do crank them out, we're talking about squats, deadlifts, clean and press, or overhead press, and pull-ups. They make a difference in terms of just getting the most out of your body. Now, when you're lifting heavy, it's important that you take time in between sets. So some guys think, okay, I'm gonna do lift heavy like it's a high intensity interval training. That's not a good idea because you're not getting the testosterone benefit you could if you take rest. If you're lifting heavier, go ahead and take 2 minutes just to give your body enough time to regain the strength so you can lift even more. If you're doing heavy weights and you don't give your body enough time to recuperate, the next time you're lifting, it's not going to be as strong and you can put yourself in danger, in terms of like overhead press, and now it's dropping down on your head. All right, let's go ahead and talk about high intensity interval training. A high intensity workout for a short period of time with a rest in between, going back to the high intensity workout is a great way to boost your metabolism and to boost your testosterone. And we're talking about some simple things that you can take to an extreme. We're talking about jumping jacks intensely, like you're moving very fast, high knees, running in place. There are a plethora of exercises that you can do intensely. If you have a treadmill or a bike, you can do high intensity interval training on that. It's actually very good for you. So if you're on a treadmill, take it up to the point where you're sprinting for a good 30 seconds and then take it off for a good 15 to 20 seconds. Same thing for the bike. In terms of the timing, people often like, should it be 25 seconds? Should it be 25 seconds on, 25 seconds off? It's really up to you. It's up to your body and your level of intensity. So the higher the intensity, the shorter the period and possibly the longer you'll need to recover. So it's all about that recovery period. So when you get back to it, it's as intense as possible. For me personally, I use 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. I've worked out to the point where I've had it at 45 seconds on and 20 seconds off. So it really just depends on you and where you are. Now, you can use a HIIT timer. I actually use one. I would recommend you can go to the Android store. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what it is for Apple, but there's a high intensity interval trainer app. And it'll actually allow you to set your time in terms of saying, like I said, you're 30 seconds on, you're 15 seconds off. It'll give you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, go. And then it'll give you a countdown for resting, 3, 2, 1, rest. So it allows you to focus in on getting the workout in and not just looking at a clock. And by the way, it's free. All right, let's talk about 2 other quick workouts that you can incorporate into this. They're workouts. Especially the first one, we're going to talk about plyometrics. Plyometrics is not going to help extremely well in terms of gaining mass, but they are explosive movements that do help with testosterone. So, plyometric training really is just jump training. So we're talking about things that you can do, such as jump squats, burpees, we all love burpees, plyo push-ups, squat thrusters, and even more. In fact, I'll leave a link below to a great article that I came across that'll give you the instructions on how to do plyometric workouts. So, you don't want to get bored with your workouts. This is something else that you can add to it just to make it more intense. And my go-to workout routine, I call it the man beast, because at the end of it, you're going to say, whoo, man, that was a beast. It's actually sort of simple and difficult at the same time. What I'm talking about is taking 20 minutes, putting it on the clock, and then you're just going to cycle through these exercises. We're talking about 5 overhead presses, 6 front squats, 7 upright rows, 8 bent over rows, 9 deadlifts, and 10 squats. Doing that back to back to back to back. Now, at the end of it, after your 10 squats, if you need to take a break, go ahead and take that break right then. And then get back into it. If you can get into it, you will start building up faster. The great thing about this workout is the amount of weight can be low or high. It is going to work you. Obviously, the higher the weight, the more rest you're going to need in between. So make sure you go ahead and check out that man beast. All you need is some dumbbells to get yourself going. All right, so let's go ahead and hit that bonus tip, which is consistency. It's literally that simple. The more consistent you are with your workouts, the better results are going to be, especially as you get older. They actually did an interview with LeBron James, and they asked him, now we have the lockdown, you're going into the championship season. Do you think you would have been on top of your game? And he actually said, this doesn't help. People talk about, oh, he's getting the rest. At his age, he understands that he needs to work out consistently to stay in top shape. For the younger guys, they can take a week off. They can take a couple of days off. But as you get older, that consistency has to be there. All right. And just a couple other things that a lot of guys don't think about in terms of how their body works. When you're working out in terms of blood flow. Where is that blood going? So let's say I was just lifting weights with one arm, just doing curls with one arm. Well, everybody knows at some point this arm is just going to start getting bigger and jacked, and this arm isn't because it's not doing anything. So that's how you're directing the blood. So when you're doing bodybuilding, you're just moving blood into specific areas just for a physique, just for a look. When you're doing more cardio, let's say you're looking at a person who's doing long distance running, they're slimmer. That's because the blood is just circulating all the way through. It doesn't have time to stop, slow down, and start building at any certain point. So just remember that in terms of your workout, you're talking about blood flow, which of course is very important when it comes to erections. Now, when it comes to consistency, once again, when we're talking about people, we often say, well, how many days a week should I work out? Should it just be 4 days, 3 days, 2 days? Well, if you're looking to be great, then you have to go ahead and take it to the maximum. When you look at LeBron James, you look at Kobe, look at Michael Phelps, these people work out constantly. There isn't like, oh, I have a cheat day. There isn't, I have a cheat week. I'm going to take off for the summer, something like that. Floyd Mayweather is another person worked out consistently. So go ahead and take cues from them and be consistent with your workout. So in conclusion, when it comes to this COVID-19 lockdown, I want you to come out in better shape than you went in. Lifting does boost testosterone along with high intensity interval training. So make sure you're incorporating that into your workouts constantly and every day. And of course, consistency is the key. Make sure to stay consistent. So question of the day, how many days of the week are you working out? Are you hitting that 4, 5? Or are you still stuck at 1? Yeah, let us know down in the comment section below. And if you like what you heard, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the notification bell, hit the subscription button. And as always, this is Uncle B saying, get your COVID-19 workout game up. Peace out.